Hi Spidey fans, it's your friendly neighbourhood Dalton Spider-Man fan here. I'm welcome back to another video on me reading my epic Marvel Spider-Man PS4 related book, Hostile Takeover. So, starting on chapter 6. So let's just get around it, because, okay, maybe you didn't hear, okay, maybe I didn't do my intro. Okay, yeah, Spy fans, so, I'll just say it normal. You Spy fans already know what to do, for those of you who don't. Like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the, like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the bell. And then follow me on Twitter as well. Type in the @ all capitals without spaces, the ultimate Spide, SPID. And yeah, here we go, chapter 6. She had a game on her. She had a game on her phone where the point was to tap the screen along with the rhyme of a music video. Maya couldn't hear the music, though she had never heard anything before, yet she always did well at the game. Perhaps better than someone who could hear. Perhaps better than someone who could hear. There were other clues, the rhyme of shapes and colours, the pulse of vibrations. People who could hear had no need to pay attention, to be mindful of all the ways the world directs you without sound. This fight was like that. It had a rhyme, a pulse, an anticipatory beat. There was a music that she couldn't hear, that she could never know, and its absence put her at disadvantage. It also freed her from its distractions. Her opponents were lost in the music, but she followed the rhyme. She wore a simple black tank top and compression shorts. Her shoulder-length black hair was pulled back into a tight ponytail. She sought to expose as much of her skin as possible without offending her sense of modesty. It was important to feel every movement, every change in the air. She learned all this when she studied dance. She did not need to hear the world to be in touch with it. Her opponent, the one she couldn't see, approached from behind. He knew she couldn't hear him, so he wasn't bothering to subtile. She felt him though the pulsing of his feet on the canvas beneath. She sensed the slight breeze as he raised his arm, preparing to bring down his cudgel. She'd seen his moves before, studied them and memorised every detail. Whatever he did, she could anticipate it, and she could copy it. Maya knew the arc of his swing. She knew how high he would reach and how he would stick out his right foot, pointed slightly outward at the pogey. He would pause for the tiniest fraction of a second. The two men in front of her thought they could box her in, set her up for the ambush. She let them believe they had her trapped. That was how she would win. Had this been out in the world, if it were a real assault, it would be over already. The three men would be on the ground unconscious or in too much pain to put up a fight. Here in the gym, she drew it out because Mr. Fisk enjoyed the show. He liked watching her outsmart adversaries who ought to have every advantage. Even so, in his mind, she was the poor little deaf girl he had saved. Mr. Fisk had given her so much. It was true, he had saved her. There was no other way to put it. Rescued her from a misery so dark and terrible she rarely let herself remember. He hadn't made her strong, that she had done for herself, but he allowed her to find strength, enabled her to become what she was. So if he wanted a show, then a show was the least she could give him. The two men in front moved closer. They had cudgels too, while Maya held the Charon spear that once belonged to her father and to his father and his father again. It had been made in the late 18th century and had been lovely preserved. Mr. Fisk had presented it to her, and now it was the only thing she had of her family. She was always careful with it, but not so careful that she wouldn't use it. She had sparred with these two men and others like them many times before, so they had nothing new to teach her. Lenny on the left wanted to be a mixed martial arts fighter. He had the strength and this 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 sorry, hang on, Spidey-Fan, I'm trying to make this word right. Can't read it. Maybe he did in the other books, but sorry, in the other reading ones, but discipline, but he was plied with self-doubt. To her right was Amel, on the cusp of middle age, but in great shape. What the years have been taken in speed, they had given income. Behind her was Neto. He was a nice guy who clearly had no wish to strike her, but Mr. Fisk had explicit in his instructions: do not hold back. Neto had 3 daughters, 2 of them almost ready for college. He wasn't about to do anything that could risk his job, risk his ability to provide for his family. Maya needed to defeat them, because that's what Mr. Fisk wanted. Yet she was determined not to hurt them. They were decent men, all of them, and if they were to hurt her by mistake, not that it would be possible, they'd feel sincere regret. So she plotted the middle ground, knocked them down, disarm them, dominate them, but do not do it, but do it all without risking any real injury. Amel faked a swing, and then moved in, raising his arm high. He'd done it before, and with the first feint, Maya knew what was coming. Lenny had less patience with theoreticals, and simply came in hard and fast. He was all bloodigan, no feelings. She raised her spear, and as Neto struck from behind, swept Lenny's legs out from under him, sidestepping Amel, having already moved out of the arc of Neto's swing. She jabbed him in the solar plexus with the butt of her spear. There was a rubber cap affixed there, which she told Mr. Fisk was to protect the aging wood. It was really intended to soften the blow she inflicted in these seasons. Neto went down, dropping his cudgel. She kicked it out of his reach, then took a step back and did the same thing with Lenny's weapon. Sorry, Spidey-Fans, if I'm young. I'm just about up a few hours. I'm not bored, in case you're wondering. No, I love this book. I love it so much. And did the same with Lenny's weapon. It flew out of the ring. Amel turned to face her. It was a 1-on-1, a 6'4", 240-pound slab of experienced muscle against a 22-year-old woman, my age. Well, in 2 days, or whenever you see this, whom he towered and who was half his weight. She saw in Amel's eyes too. Now that it was just the two of them, he was resigned to whatever pain came his way. Wilson Fisk stood in the shadows near the glass window that overlooked his city. Watching the girl work, he allowed himself a smile. She was a tool, of course, like the rest. He would use her as best suited his purpose. Yet he took a particular pleasure in Maya Lopez. She'd been nothing when he found her, a wild, brutal, undisciplined victim, lost in the city's useless system. He'd made her into not his most formidable weapon, but certainly his most interesting one. It was the piano. That's what had convinced him. He'd ordered one of his men to keep an eye on her after her father died. She was 14 years old. Sorry if I'm skipping a wee bit there, just sometimes I have trouble getting the words out. She was 14 years old, sucked into the foster system with neglected cruelty and apathy brought out her most brutal and dangerous impulses. Though she was only a child, Fisk did not want to take any chances. Would she discover the truth? Would she seek revenge? He had to make sure she didn't become a problem. His men had shown him the edited surveillance video of the girl fighting for scraps to eat, fending off the advances of her foster father, of her foster brothers with near lethal results. He'd also see her tenderly speaking in sign language to another deaf girl, one less capable of defending herself from the bullies and predators all around them. There was something human still there, but these maniac guys suggest it could not survive long. Could not survive long. She's dangerous, Fisk's man had said. Maybe the best thing to do would be to take her out. Then he'd seen her at the piano. It was a wreck, out of tune. Some of the keys broken, but she played Chopin, the third piano sonata, a notoriously difficult piece, and faults of the instrument aside, she played it flawlessly. More than that, there was beauty and passion in her playing. A girl who had been born deaf, who could play like a virtuoso. So I can't read that word at all. I'm her new foster parent, he told his man. Make the arrangements. It took less than a week, away from the constant torment of fear, and finally given the space to grieve for her father. Maya had blossomed. She was more amusing than he could have imagined. How had she learned to play the piano? She'd seen a musician on the television play once. That was all it took. She could bang her. Any movement she saw, she was among his most treasured creations. He still had no idea how he would use her, but her potential and her loyalty were bottomless. He watched as his three men picked themselves up. They were abused but not seriously hurt. The girl showed reluctance to actually hurt anyone. That could be a problem. He'd have to find a way to encourage a more ruthless approach until she proved she was ready. He couldn't risk revealing to her the full scope of his business. Again, he told them, hang on, my eyes itching, sorry. Again, he told them, Neto, I didn't see you holding back, did I? No way, boss. The man shook his shaved head. You said no holds barred, and that's how I replied. Fisk darted. Look, the men loved her. They treated her like a kid sister. It might be the best to bring in people who didn't know her for these sites, but then he might lose quality. For now, it was enough to let them know he was watching. They might not want to hurt her, but they want to cross Fisk even less. You mustn't restrain yourself with them either, he told Maya. When he knew he had eye contact with her, they know as well that they know as well that you that in life there is no escape from the checkmate. She nodded, and the next round began. Fisk was convinced Maya could have dropped the three of them in less than 30 seconds, yet she was taking about 2 minutes per fight. Part of it was because she liked to control the pace. He understood that, but it was also to spare them the humiliation, and just set up her blows to avoid any serious harm. So strong in some ways, yet still plagued by sentimental weakness. Horn, his third shift secretary, entered the gym, striding purposefully, as though he weren't terrified. Never a good sign. No one liked to deliver bad news to a boss, and to this boss in particular. Sorry, Spidey-Fan sound. What is it? Fisk demanded. Hong took an instant to plant himself, and then delivered the news with his best business school efficiency. Damn it! Fisk roared. He raised his fist and cocked back. Then Hong trembled before him. If he delivered the blow, it would kill the secretary. But Fisk was learning to control his temper. It was something he had to accomplish if he was going to convince the world that he was a different sort of man. for his plans to work, he could never slip up in public. And the first step to not slipping in public was to not slip in private. He needed to be strong enough to withhold his anger. He lowered his arm. "I'll deal with it," he told Hong, waving the man away. Did Hong know how close he'd come? The old Fisk wouldn't have hesitated, but the new Fisk had a media image to maintain. Rumours of workplace brutality weren't going to do him any good. His place in the world had changed. He returned. He returned to. He returned his gaze to the sparring ring. Amel and Lenny were down, but Neto was still on his feet. He was standing directly behind Maya, who had watched the exchange with Hong. Instantly, Fisk locked eyes with Neto, who knew what he'd done. Terror appeared in his eyes. "Boss," he said. He backed up, holding his hands out as if that would help him. "What did I tell you?" Fisk said, approaching with an angry blow. "You do not hold back." Neto continued to step back, stumbled and fell on his ass. "She got distracted," Neto protested. "I'm not going to hit a devil." That was as far as he got. Fisk raised one of his enormous feet and brought down Net's knee. The cracking sound reverberated across the gym, and then the screaming. "That's who he is," Maya told himself, "but he's getting better." For a moment she thought Mr. Fisk would keep stomping, and maybe there was a time when he would have, but he had himself under control now. He was learning to be a better person. So much anger, yet he does so many good things. Per Neto, he would be out for weeks, maybe longer. He might never be able to spar again. Mr. Fisk would take care of him though. He was good about that sort of thing. Neto's daughters would never know how close they had come to losing their father, but they hadn't lost him. That they had gone through what Meta had. They'd been sparred. Once she thought about it that way, she decided she would never think about it again. She would lock it away, and lock it away with all the other things best not remembered. What did Mr. Hong tell them? What had upset Mr. Fisk? Sometimes he confided in her, sometimes he didn't. Maya didn't like to be felt left out. She would never between Mr. Fisk's trust in her at the time. She didn't think she could be of use to him if he kept her in the dark. So about so many things, Mr. Fisk was all about compartmentalizing. He was ruthless in business, tender with his wife, indifferent to the suffering of competitors, generous with strangers. He would do anything for Maya, and yet with someone like Neto, who had been a loyal employee for years, but no, that was something she had decided to put away. Returning to her suit and Fisk Star, she went into the bathroom and reached into the shower. Star started to start the water, but then curiosity got the better of her. She could shower later. Maya woke up her laptop and let her fingers dance over the keys, digging up the hidden program and entering the string of passwords. Then the feeds were live. She admitted to herself that it was wrong to spy on Mr. Fisk, the man who had rescued her, who had given her everything. She told herself she only wanted information so she could be of better use to Mr. Fisk. Also, she was just plain curious. Why did he hide so much from her? Did he think she wasn't ready? She knew he had a dark side. She knew he could blur the line between right and wrong in order to serve the greater good. She could help him. If he would let her, Maya could help him make better choices. She was sure of it. There were 3 cameras hidden in Mr. Fisk's office, but the feed had its limits. The angles could be tricky, and that meant she couldn't always read lips. She had an idea of adding a hidden microphone and connecting it to a voice recognition software. Yet more technology meant more Fisk, and she hated to think what would happen if Mr. Fisk found out about her. Surveillance. He was alone there now, sitting holding a glass of water in one hand, looking at a video feed on his own computer. Maya was able to zoom in to get a better view of what had his attention. It looked like a surveillance footage filtered through her own camera. Okay, this is coming up to the end of it. I'm just going to keep on reading. I'm near chapter 6 anyway. So you won't see the screen anymore, Spidey fans. The feed was fuzzy at best, and it took Maya a moment to check it, to sort it out. It looked like the roof of a construction site. Two figures were fighting, but this wasn't normal fighting. They were leaping into the air, spinning, covering impossible distances. One of the figures was dressed all in black. The other was the man who had murdered her father. And yeah, that's it, Spy fans. Chapter 7. Yeah, I might put some screenshots up now, so well, hopefully I'll be able to. Yeah, other than that, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, other than that, I will see all you. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. I will see all you Spy fans in all of my next ever Spy videos. It's your friendly neighbourhood, the ultimate Spidey fan, over and out the web.